New York City's cooked. This is what the mayor-elect is doing when he's not begging for money.
If you are not connecting homeless New Yorkers to the housing that they so desperately need, then you cannot deem anything you're doing to be a success.
And what area has giving homeless people housing ever worked out? Because I'm telling you right now, the reason I moved out from LA is beside me in my apartment complex, my last residence over there, it wasn't the richest area, but it was one of the more expensive places I lived in LA. And I never lived in the nice parts, but they built it's not a halfway house. It's not a homeless shelter. It's like that intermediary area where if you're a homeless person and we want to give you a free housing, we're going to give you a voucher. You can be there for free. So it's this brand new state-of-the-art apartment complex. Nobody can actually rent out of there. You just get it. Staph infection. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, when he's like, I think I have staph, so I got to get this checked out. Incredibly contagious. But it's like, yeah, he had staph infection and they're like, oh, I just need to see a doctor. Like, I'll go to jail. It's like, that's how they treat it. So it's like a guy that has nothing to lose. He doesn't care if he goes to jail. It's actually a positive for them to go visit the jail every now and then also just a part of life for them. You know this guy doesn't mind ruining your day, ruining your month, ruining your life possibly. And yet in New York City, it's become so commonplace that they just let him be there and he's walking around. This should be terrifying. And people with their families just walking by like there's nothing wrong with it. It's like, very, very scary that this is what the city looks like. But he's saying, you know what? We haven't been doing enough for this guy. Because obviously, if we give him somewhere to stay at night, he's not going to be up to this during the day. Complete naiveness? I don't even know the word. But yeah, completely naive. Because he can do that weird fake little smile and everybody's going to vote for him. Because obviously, fast and free buses isn't good enough because they can't deliver on that. The infrastructure is also so bad. The city's just falling apart. Look at this. I don't even know what this is. Yeah, they're telling me to get off the car. Like, don't make it worse. Don't damage. Don't vandalize this vehicle. It's bad enough what they're going through. But what's going to happen to him? Nothing. NYPD's not going to do anything. Even if they come to detain him, what charges is he going to get? He'll be back on the streets the next day. There is literally nothing protecting this lawless society that used to be New York City. They're yelling at him, but it's like, okay, what? No. Everybody knows they're free to do whatever they want. You want to walk around with a knife in broad daylight and possibly do something horrendous to somebody? Nobody's going to stop you. You wanted to vandalize a vehicle that's already falling into the street and possibly end your life too, because you could fall in that as well? Whatever. I'm having a good time. I'm making my social media moment. It's all very scary. It's all very naive. They think they can solve their problems with a literal socialist. And one video I want to pull up is this girl right here. Likely not from New York, but for not people like her, Mom Donnie never would have got elected because it's always the subset of white woman, college educated, that predominantly own the Democrats predominantly own right now.
No, because I actually find it hysterical how a lot of Republicans and Trump supporters like to say that colleges and universities brainwash their students to be liberal, when it's like, have they ever just stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, that people that graduate college and are educated with a degree are more likely to lean liberal because they're smarter?
No.
Just a thought.
Just a thought. Yeah, here's the thing. Just a thought. She thinks, oh, when you go to college, you become educated, you become enlightened to something. It's like, no, you just go into another phase of being useless. College isn't the real life. It's a place where socialism kind of works, where everybody's paying exorbitant amounts of money to not be in real life. You're in this small, walkable city that, you go to class, you do your job, which is your classwork. You go to a cafeteria where your food is subsidized for you. You go to a classroom where no matter how stupid your ideas are, the teacher's paid to listen to you. The other students are paying to sit there and listen to you. And you can do your little classroom projects. You can do your poster boards and your dioramas. You can march for social justice or whatever it may be. It's not the real world. So you're in this little play school version of what things are, thinking you're more important than you really are. You're contributing to society because we're in the university and we're the think tank. We're thinking about how we can fight ICE, or we can stop deportations, or we can solve world hunger, or we can stop the climate from changing. Like, it puts you in this, arrested development, perpetual infancy, where you think you're accomplishing something, but you're in a play school version of the world. You don't actually know what it is to go in the world and contribute to stuff. That's why someone that is a union pipe fitter, or someone that's working a regular job, like a cop, or someone that just actually contribute, like a coal miner. Those people are going to be largely conservative because when they live in the real world, well, they have to provide something if they want something in return. If you're in college just giving yourself mountains of debt, getting a diploma that has no actual utility in the real world, you're going to probably lean more liberal because you're going to want everybody else to perpetuate that bubble that you live in. And it's sad to say that they have this moral superiority over everybody when time and time again they've shown us they don't provide anything. There's no substance to what this liberal arts degree does. There's no substance to you standing in the street and saying, I'm marching for defunding of the police. I'm stopping gas-powered vehicles in the street because I want global warming to stop. It's just nonsense. So people say, oh, repeal the 25th and stuff. I honestly think only net taxpayers vote. You make that a rule, or you take a basic civics test before you vote. So if you go to the polling place and it says, hey, you really love Obama, you like that bumper sticker, you like change, you like yes we can, before you cast your ballot for Obama, it says, what was the most recent position Obama had in office? There's no helpers or whatever. Like, if you don't know what Barack Obama is currently before he was running for president, honestly, I don't think your vote should count. Like, you can't tell me Kobe Bryant is my favorite basketball player if you don't know what team he played on. Something simple that if you're even minutely aware of the person and not just falling in love with pop culture because you saw it on a commercial or whatever, you should know. Donald Trump is yes or no. Donald Trump was a U.S. senator. If you don't know the answer is no, your vote shouldn't count for him. Both ways. That, or if you're a net taxpayer. If you're not a contributor to the system where you take more in benefits than you do in payments, which I live most of my life as that, your vote shouldn't count because we can no longer have a system where the poorest 51% of the country votes for the richest 49% of the country to pay their bills. And that's what we're slowly becoming right now. What is it? I've noticed a lot of college students have emotional morality and opinions, and I find it very inconsistent as I view it through a pure logical lens. And that's what they say. When you're young and you're not liberal, you're heartless. When you're old and you're not conservative, you're brainless. And that's what it is. All Democrat agendas and beliefs and thought and reasoning is based in goodwill. Make the planet greener. Cool, that's awesome. Can you control the CO2 emissions China's put in the ozone? If the answer is no, it's just going to make us worse. They're still going to pollute 10 times as much as us. You're not really moving the needle on that. With your plastics or with your paper straw. Help homelessness. Well, if you don't target the idea that we have fentanyl coming in the country and we don't imprison drug dealers, you're never going to stop these people from becoming criminally insane on our streets doing drugs everywhere. They're all, the road to destruction's paved with good intentions. That's what this is. They don't live in the real world. Oh, it's because we're educated, so we're more liberal. It's like, no, it's because you haven't lived in the real world. You're in this weird bubble where you're not exposed to real things. Like, I'm still on the UCLA subreddit. It still pops up on my feed on Reddit, and you see all these, very, very well-off UCLA students complaining about, oh my God, there's a homeless guy there, and he doesn't belong here, and he's assaulting girls, or he's doing inappropriate things in the library. What do we do about it? It's like, didn't you motherfuckers just march against defunding the police? What do you think school PD is gonna do about this dangerous criminal that's walking amongst you? You always have these things of I'd like to help these guys out and give them funding and all this stuff, but when it comes to actually facing it, the reality of the problems you caused or the problems you allowed, you're surprised because you haven't lived in it. Like, they live in a bubble. They haven't exposed the real world. And it's sad because I have a lot of very, very liberal friends. And sometimes I'm like, you guys live in LA. Like, eventually you're going to be a victim of a violent crime. I do not want you to be a victim of a crime. I don't want your office to get broken into and you to lose all your expensive things. I don't want you to have to learn a harsh truth about what soft on crime policies have created for you as a tax-paying citizen. I don't want it to happen, but I know it is. The sad part is, some of these people, they can be victim of a violent crime. Someone can get in their vehicle and assault them while they're parked out front of their, just a regular residential street, and they still won't red pill themselves to, that guy could have killed me, but guess I gotta vote Democrat still. He just needs help. It's like, no, your life almost ended because nobody's arresting these people, and you still can't fathom the idea that you've caused this environment. And just because you want the victim today doesn't mean there won't be a victim tomorrow. Passing the buck, hopefully it's not me, and just living with it. We don't have to live this way, and it's sad that people choose to, and they just think it's just a random part of life. It's very sad.